Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today. My name is Erica and I'll be leading us through a stress relief low energy class. So in my Sunday classes, we want to focus on slowing down our movement, hanging out in poses a little longer than we usually would so that we can really give our body some time to release the tension we're holding in our muscles. And of course, focusing on the breath. So before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to always listen to your body. And if you have any existing medical conditions, make sure to check with your doctor before you start any new exercise regimens. So today we're going to get started in a thunderbolt pose. So just as I'm sitting today, we're going to face the front of our mat. So legs are folded underneath us, knees bent, and we're sitting on our heels. This isn't always the most comfortable pose for everyone. So if you feel any discomfort in particularly your hips or your knees, I want you to pause the video and grab some props. So the props we're going to use for this pose are some pillows. So I just have some couch pillows. You can use bed pillows, whatever kind of pillows you have. If you need to modify the pose, you're going to place the pillows right in the center of your mat, and you're just going to straddle those pillows, bringing the hips down. And you can stack as many pillows as you need until you feel some ease in the hips and or knees. So we'll start here. Finding length through the spine, dropping the shoulders down the back, and softly gazing down towards our mat. Take a nice deep breath or two here, and then just follow the pattern of your natural breath. Keep your gaze centered on one spot on the mat. And breathe. In thunderbolt pose, we're getting a great stretch for the knees, the thighs, and the hips. Let's start some shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and down and back. Nice big circles. Make sure to reverse direction, making the circles just as big. Then settle into stillness. Place your palms on your sacrum, the bony part right above your butt, fingertips facing down towards the mat. We'll lift our chest into a modified camel, so shoulders roll behind the heart, chest lifts, gaze lifts. Then slide the hands down to the knees and around the spine, chin to chest, holding for a few breaths here. Extending the spine with the spine rounded. Slowly lift back to our camel pose, palms on the sacrum, chest lifts, flexing the spine. Slide the hands to knees and round, holding here. Last time, inhaling to camel, chest lifts. Exhaling to round, chin to chest. Lengthen the spine and look forward. Lift both arms to shoulder height, then lift them overhead, palms face together. Lower the arms directly in front of you and give yourself a hug, chin to chest. Breathing here, giving a nice stretch to the back side of the body now. Then place your arms back at your sides. Inhale, arms to shoulder height and overhead. Exhale, directly in front and into a hug. Few breaths here. Arms back down to your side. Last time, deep breath in, arms all the way up. Slow exhale out into a hug. arms back down to the sides. Take your right hand over to the left shoulder. Gently press the shoulder down towards the floor and let the head fall over to the right. Giving a nice stretch to the side of the neck. Lift the head through center and switch sides so left hand comes across. Lift the head through center and lower arms down by your sides. Lift right arm up to the ceiling, gaze is up. Try to lift the right ribs up towards the ceiling. Breathe into the chest. Slowly lower hand down by your side. Left arm up, gaze is up. Left ribs reach high. Enhancing our lung capacity here as we create space between the ribs. Deep breath in. And slowly lower hand down to your side. Let's rock forward so we can come into tabletop. If you are using any props such as pillows, place them off to the side. And we'll come into tabletop, knees stacked under hips and wrists stacked underneath the shoulders. Extend the right leg long behind you. Let's start with the foot flex today. So toes down towards the mat. Heel in line with hip. Lift out of the shoulders, draw the belly in. Gaze is down towards the mat. So we're asking a little work from our lower core here. Keep our leg lifted. And we'll slowly lower leg down to the mat. Extend the left arm forward, thumb facing up towards the ceiling. Gaze is down towards the mat. Now getting a little work from the upper core here. Don't forget to breathe. Hand lowers down to the mat. Same thing with the left leg, foot flexed, lift out of the shoulders. Lower back to tabletop. Right arm extends forward, thumb face up. Gaze is down. And hand comes down to mat. We're going to tie these two poses together. So right leg extends, foot flexed. Left arm forward, thumb up into sunbird. Holding here, but not holding the breath. Not only are we tightening our core, but we're creating a little balance in the body. Slowly return to tabletop. Left leg extends, right arm forward, gaze is down. Come back to tabletop. Round the spine to cat, tuck chin to chest and hold here. Nice deep breath. Slowly lift and arch to cow, gaze is up towards the ceiling. Hold here. Exhale, back to cat, spine rounds. Inhaling to lift to cow. One more time, exhale to round. Inhale to lift. take your feet off to one side of the mat so we can bring our hips down and come into seated with legs extended down the length of the mat. Keep the feet flexed. Bend the right knee, placing foot to mat. We'll interlace the fingers and place them to the front of the knee. Point the elbows out to either side of the room nice and wide. Find some length through the spine and drop belly and chest to thigh. So you might start feeling a stretch through the back side of the extended leg here. Try to drop the shoulders down the back. If you want some more sensation in the extended leg, try inching the right foot forward, finding the length, dropping belly and chest to thigh. So our right leg here is giving us a little bit of support to help keep the spine nice and long in the forward fold. Left foot should stay flexed. Rise up out of the fold and straighten right leg. Bend left knee, foot to mat. Bring the hands to the knee, open the chest, find some length, drop belly and chest to thigh. Keep that right foot flexed. If you deepen the fold on the opposite side, do the same here. Inch left foot forward. Don't forget to find the length and find the fold. Keep the belly drawing in. Rise back to seated and straighten the leg. Bend both knees, placing the heel on the mat so both feet are flexed. Hands to the front of the knees. Lift the spine, draw belly in, and find the fold. Hands can come down to the mat, gaze is down towards the mat. If you're looking for more sensation in the legs, inch the heels forward, find the length, find the fold. Few more breaths here. We're lengthening the hamstrings, toning the back, lengthening the spine. Slowly rise out of the fold and bring bottoms of feet together into Baddha Konasana. Make sure you're pressing firmly into the pinky edges of the toes. Let's wiggle our hips towards the back of the mat so that we can let our chest come forward. If you want more sensation in the hips, draw the heels closer to the body. If you need a little less sensation, slide the heels away. Let's all keep our spine lifted and gaze down towards the mat. We'll take a few breaths here. Let's find a bit of a neck roll, head rolls, all the way around. At least twice in the same direction. Try closing the eyes. And make sure you take those neck circles in the opposite direction as well. Once you've finished, lift your head and look forward. Place your hands on the outsides of the knees, draw them together like you're closing a book, and our feet are flat to the mat. Separate your feet to about hips width distance apart and place your hands behind you, fingertips facing away from the body. Gently let the knees fall over to the right side of your mat. Maybe they touch all the way down to the floor. So still working with the hips here. Lift the knees back through center. Remember, nice slow movements. And over to the left. Back to center. This time as knees fall down to the right, we'll add a twist. Left hand crosses over towards the knees. We look over the right shoulder, twisting from the belly. Come back to center. Over to the left. Right hand crosses over into twist. And we're back to start. Make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat. Place your hands on the back of your thighs and slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time until you're flat on your back. Let the knees fall together, arms wide at your sides. And just take a few breaths here in stillness. If the eyes are opened, keep the gaze focused on one spot. Otherwise, gently close the eyes and follow the pattern of your breath. Straighten your legs onto the mat, lift your arms overhead. Give me a nice long stretch. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Then lower the arms down by your sides and draw both knees into the chest, feet side by side. Hold on to the back of the thighs and pull them nice and close to your body. We'll take a few breaths here. Knees to chest. It's great for low back pain. We're creating some space at the vertebrae. Gives us a little massage to our organs. Slowly roll over to one side of your body, doesn't matter which. Take a short moment of stillness on your side. Arms can become a pillow. Slowly press yourself up to seated. And come into tabletop, facing the front of your mat. Extend your right leg long behind you. Point through your toes this time. Lift up to the fingertips. Give me a crunch by drawing right knee to chest, rounding the spine, lifting the knee as high as you can, and stepping the foot through into lunge, ankle under knee. That can be a little difficult, so if your foot doesn't quite get in alignment, just manually place your foot there. Uncurl the left toes, the top of the foot to the mat. Slowly lift both arms overhead, gaze is up towards the ceiling. Work to tuck the tailbone under so it doesn't arch up towards the ceiling. Lift through the chest and breathe. On your next exhale, arms lowered down by your sides. Breathe in through the nose, lift both arms back up. Exhale out the mouth, hands to mat. Extend the right leg long behind you, point through the toes. Return to tabletop. Extend the left leg long behind you. Lift up to the fingertips if you're not there already. Give me a crunch, knee to chest, round the spine, lift the knee high, step the foot through into lunge. Lift both arms overhead, nice and slow. Tuck the tailbone under, lift through the chest. Belly gently draws back towards the spine. Exhale out the mouth, hands down by your sides. In through the nose, both arms up. Exhale out the mouth, hands down to the mat. Left leg extends behind you. Return to tabletop. We'll settle into child's, hips to heels, arms down the length of the mat, forehead to mat. Separate your knees to make a little space for your belly. Keep the toes touching. Child's pose is uncomfortable for you. Rise back to tabletop. Elbows to mat, palms face down. Head hangs heavy. You're more than welcome to take this modified version. Child's pose is not accessible to you. Slowly rise back to tabletop. Lift up to the fingertips. Again, right leg extends behind us. Give me a crunch, knee to chest, step the foot through to lunge. We're going to tuck the left toes onto the mat and lift the knee, lift the hips, chest in forward. And then drop the knee and uncurl the toes. Again, toes tuck, knee and hip lift. And we'll step up to half lift. So I step my left foot up to meet my right, bring my hands to my shins and flatten my back. Lower to forward fold, gently bend the knees, drop belly to thighs, arms and head hang heavy. Make sure the weight is in the balls of the feet. Belly stays drawing in, hips stay reaching high. One vertebrae at a time, we'll round our spine up to a standing position. Take your time. Let chin come up from the chest last. Stand nice and tall at the top of your mat. Feet hips width distance apart. Lift up the toes, spread them nice and wide, and bring them back down to the mat. Find length through the sides of the body, out through the crown of the head. Palms face forward, shoulders drop down the back. Close the eyes. And take a few breaths here, standing nice and tall in your body. Rooting down through your feet. Slowly open the eyes and lift the arms overhead. Lower to forward fold. Bend the knees, belly to thighs. And slowly rise back to standing, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to rise to standing. This time, close the eyes. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hold here, don't hold the breath. Open the eyes. Step the right foot back into lunge. So we'll plant our hands to the mat and step the right foot back into a lunge position. Drop the knee and uncurl the toes. One more time, toes tuck, knee lifts, hips lift, knee to mat, uncurl the toes. Extend the left leg long behind you and return to tabletop. Slowly lower down to the belly, elbows close to the body until you're flat on your mat. Place your arms along your sides, palms face up. Turn your head so you can rest on your left cheek. Wiggle the shoulders away from the neck, make some space. Bring toes together and let heels fall out. Try closing the eyes. We'll take a short rest here. Let the body relax heavy onto the mat. Gently turn your head so you can rest on your opposite cheek. Bend the knees so toes are pointing to the ceiling, and slowly windshield wiper the feet, letting the feet fall side to side. So we've done a lot of heart and chest opening today, and windshield wiping the feet just breaks up any tension we might have built up in our low backs as we've been opening up our chests. Lower the legs back to the mat. Place your hands under your shoulders and press to child's, hips to heels, or the modified version on the elbows. Child's pose is another great pose that helps lengthen our spines. Slowly round the spine up to cat pose. Chin tucked to the chest. And relax into neutral tabletop. Slowly lean forward so shoulders are over the wrist. Lower down to the belly, keeping elbows close to body. Lift the chest with the strength in your core, so no pressure in hands, baby cobra. And press to child's, hips to heels. Inhale as you round the spine up to cat. And return to tabletop. Next, exhale for chaturanga. We lean forward, elbows close to body, all the way flat. Inhale to baby cobra, chest lifts. And exhale to child's, hips to heels. Inhale as you round to cat and find tabletop. Exhale, chaturanga, down to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lifts. Exhale to child's. Rounded child's pose this time, arms along the sides of the body, palms face up, and forehead to mat. Slowly rise to a seated position. Swing your legs around front so they're down the length of your mat. And start with the feet flexed. Lift the arms overhead, drop chin to chest, and round the spine into rounded back stretch, lowering the hands to the knees, elbows point out to either side of the mat. Melt shoulders away from the ears. And focus on the breath. Imagine drawing the breath to the space you feel the most sensation. Slowly lift the spine upright. Place your hands on either sides of your hips. Find a little length through the spine for a counter stretch before you relax back to neutral. Bend your right knee, placing the foot to the mat. Left arm holds on to the bent knee. We spinal twist to the right, placing our free hand directly behind us, gazing over right shoulder. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Each time you inhale, see if you can sit up a little taller. And on the exhale, see if the belly has any more twist. Use your next exhale to gently, slowly unwind and come back to center. We'll switch sides, so left knee bends. Right arm holds on. Spinal twisting to the left. Next exhale, slowly unwinding and coming back to center. Straighten the leg. Make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat. Bend both knees, placing the feet about hips width distance apart. And we'll place our fingertips, our hands behind us. Fingertips facing towards the toes. On the inhale, we'll press into the hands and feet to lift the hips into reverse plank, aiming to lift them as high as the knees, drawing the belly in. On your next exhale, hips come down to the mat. We'll lean forward, holding on to the front of the legs and lengthen the spine. Take a few breaths here. Place the hands back behind you, prepping for reverse plank. If you feel any discomfort in your wrist here, you're more than welcome to take reverse plank on your fist. And if you can't lift the hips as high as the knees, that's okay. Just focus on the breath and the movement that you can do. On the inhale, we lift the hips, draw the belly in. Exhale, hips lower. We lean forward and lengthen the spine. Few breaths here. Last time, hands behind you. Inhale to final lift, draw the belly in. Exhale, hips down. Lean forward, sit up nice and tall. Building a little more strength in our core. A nice strong core brings stability to our body. Place the hands on the backs of the thighs and slowly roll down until you're flat on your back. Let the knees fall together once again and place the arms wide at shoulder height, palms face up. Gaze is focused on one spot or eyes are closed. Straighten the legs onto the mat. Draw right knee in towards the chest. Take a hold below the knee and pull the thigh close to body into Apanasana, feet flexed. If you'd like to create a little more sensation in the hips, draw the right knee out towards the right armpit, keeping the thigh nice and close to body. With the right leg pulled into chest, or massaging our ascending colon, so aiding in digestion. Gently release leg back to mat. Left knee draws in, pull thigh nice and close, keep the feet flexed. Now we're massaging descending colon. Opening the hip, knee out to armpit if you did so on the opposite side. Gently release leg to mat. Both knees draw into chest to finish Apanasana, feet side by side, thighs close to body. You can always hold on to the back of the thighs if you feel any discomfort on the knees with hands in front. Slowly lower the legs back onto mat and place your arms at shoulder height, palms face up. Slowly lift the right leg up to ceiling and cross the leg over to the left side of the room. Head turns to the right. If you want to decrease sensation in the right leg, lower the foot down. If you want to increase some sensation in that leg, lift it higher towards the hand. Slowly lift right leg back to ceiling and return it to the mat. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, cross leg over, head to left. Slowly lift leg back to ceiling and lower to mat. Draw both knees back into the chest. Place hands on the backs of the thighs and extend the legs up to the ceiling into our inversion. So here you want to line heels over hips and focus on the breath. If it becomes difficult to keep your legs up, even holding onto the back of the thighs, gently bend the knees and draw the thighs closer to the body. Still getting this extra blood flow from the toes to the head. We're still inducing relaxation by calming our nervous system and also improving circulation. We'll take about another 20 seconds here. Focus on the breath. Bend the knees, drawing them all the way in towards the chest, heels down towards the buttocks. Gently let the knees fall to the right side of the body into reclined spinal twist. Place your arms at shoulder height and turn your head to the left. This is our last pose before final resting pose. So I suggest keeping the eyes closed. If you're interested in deepening this twist at all, bearing in mind that knees should be stacked and on the floor if you would like to opt to do this, right hand touches the knees. As you gently give pressure to the knees, pressing them to the floor, left shoulder also drops to the floor. Gently draw the knees back to chest. Let them fall to the left side of the body, head to the right. If you gave yourself an assist on the opposite side, do the same here, hand to the knee. Gentle pressure. Draw knees back to chest. Wrap the arms around the body. Lift your head to meet your knees. Take a nice deep breath in. Hold it at the top. As you exhale, release your hold on the body to lay flat on your mat. Separate your legs and arms nice and wide. Palms face up and eyes are closed. We'll settle in here for our final rest period, Shavasana. Let the body melt heavily onto the mat. And follow your breath. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Welcome movement back to your body. Slowly roll over to the right side of your body. Take a moment of stillness on your side. Use your arm as a pillow. Keeping your eyes closed or your gaze low to the mat, slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We'll end class with 3 cleansing breaths together as one, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. today we're going to add a little bit of movement to our breath. So we'll start with the spine rounded, chin drop to chest. Exhale all the breath out of the body. As you inhale, lift the chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale out through the mouth, then round the spine. Inhale through the nose, chest lifts. Exhale to round. Last time, deep breath in to lift the chest. Slow exhale to round the spine. Take a second to thank yourself and your body for getting you through practice. And I thank you for letting me lead you on this practice today. Namaste. So thanks so much, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You can catch me every Sunday at 11 teaching this style. And if you're interested in something a little more quick-paced, you can catch me Fridays for beginners vinyasa at 10. Hope to see you next time.